I'm Nicole Cook, and I'm the District Arts Integration Coordinator in Menominee, Wisconsin. I've been the arts coordinator for 5 years now, but before that, spent 22 years in the general music classroom. As a music educator, I always wanted to know what was going on in the elementary rooms. I'd poke my head in to see what was on the walls, see what they were writing about, what kind of math they were doing, what they were studying in art, and so on. For one, I loved making this extra connection with their teachers. And secondly, it was so fun to start something in the music room and have a student say, hey, this is what we're learning about in art class, or we're talking about this in social studies. I think I was doing content integration in the music room before I even knew what integration was. Now I'm working to flip the script, and now I'm more intentional in my planning. The goal of arts integration is to create more authentic experiences for students, but also to focus on necessary standards that educators must teach throughout the year. In my role as district coordinator, I work with instructional coaches, art teachers, music teachers, classroom educators, and students to take arts and content standards, mix them up in a blender, and make one great arts integrated lesson smoothie. Take a look at this guy. He just finished a math project. Now, I don't know how you feel about math, but as a kiddo, I never had that look on my face after math class. I want to walk you through the steps to create that truly integrated lesson. That means standard alignment, diagnostic, formative, and final assessments, introduction, strategies, lesson development, differentiation, and extension. Yes, it's a lot, but the look on this face tells us it's totally worth it. Today, we'll call this integrated lesson the smoothie. Not the fruit plate where we can just pick up and choose what we want, but a blended up, straw necessary cup of goodness. So let's jump in. First step, standards. Just like other lesson plans you've used, we start with the standard. Only today, we've taken care to choose both a visual arts standard and a math standard and place them into one lesson. These two standards are aligned by what we call elegant fit. Pay close attention to the verbs within the standards. They may be asking us to create, perform, respond, or connect. It's also important to align standards by cognitive demand. To create deep and meaningful lessons, we focus on working at a higher cognitive level, asking students to apply, analyze, and create. Notice the highlighted verbs in both standards. Now see how both standards are combined to create an integrated focus. Take a moment to look at the verb usage and think about the cognitive demand of both standards. Now, it's somewhat easy to Google arts integrated lessons and find some great starting points. There's really no need to invent every lesson on your own, and all great teachers share and learn from others' ideas. However, when working as an arts integration coach, I found it extremely helpful to work directly with others in my school and district. Administrators, interventionists, educators, and even students can help pinpoint a standard where students are struggling to learn the concepts, the teacher themselves is disengaged in the subject matter, or maybe testing has shown that students are lacking proficiency within a specific standard area. Remember, we're not here to create art for art's sake. We're here to use art as an access point for all learners. Teaching in an art integrated environment has many advantages, both academically and socially. Through art, students can make deeper connections to a subject as the material becomes more relevant and personal to them. Many teachers currently use the arts to enhance a lesson. Sing a song to memorize, drawing a picture after you write a story, or creating a fun craft to go along with a lesson. Students and teachers alike love these extras because they assist in the retention of the lesson and they're fun. While still very beneficial to educators and students alike, this art enhancement approach is often the first thing teachers will choose to skip when time is tight. New curriculum must be learned, or maybe districts push educators because of low scores on standardized testing. When art integration becomes the chosen teaching approach, there's no division of the final lesson content. Remember the smoothie? No picking and choosing of your favorite fruit. We're mixing it all together. Here's an image of the life cycle of a star from NASA. Notice the process? During professional development with Jessica McHugh from Focus 5, our teachers began careful work learning to break down images of stars to discover what happens as they change throughout their life cycle. Here, teachers used warm-up movements and tableau to begin creating a physical representation and then created a full-on performance of the cycle. This performance represents not only scientific information, but also raises the level of engagement and connection of the participants to the material. Here's a peek at the final work of teachers from the school district of Menominee.
Ready, set, let's begin. Let's begin. Ready, set, let's begin. Ready, set, let's begin. Ready, set, let's begin.
Very cool, right? Not only have we physically become connected to the material, but we did so by focusing on both the standards needed to meet our goals. Now, let's get started on creating our own lesson. Using the blank lesson plan provided, take a moment to jot down a standard or idea where your students are struggling, where you're struggling, or where tests may show students need more intervention. The provided template comes from the Institute for Arts Integration and STEAM, and we'll be using it today to walk through the lesson design process. Go ahead and jot down some standard ideas within your specific content area. This will be a great starting point for finding your first standard. And then, depending on your area of expertise, you can connect either an art standard or a content standard based on your original choice. The next step in created integrated lessons focuses on the development of the lesson assessment. Remember, because we're creating a lesson that includes both the art and content standard, we must also assess both the art and content standard. Why create the assessment before the lesson? Well, now that we're very familiar with the standards, we know exactly what's needed for students to be successful. Think about the tasks students will be required to do. Create, make, perform. What's the criteria for success, and what will you use as an evaluation tool? Using these questions, you can develop the full assessment. While you want to start with a summative assessment, remember that you'll also need some form of diagnostic and formative assessments along the way. This is the same as any other lesson, and you're most likely already doing these things. A diagnostic assessment identifies current knowledge or misconceptions about a topic. Formative assessments provide feedback during the instruction process, and summative assessments, of course, sum up learning at the end of the process. This information is also provided by the Institute and shows us that there are many types of usable assessments for arts integrated lessons. Some teachers feel uncomfortable with the thought of assessing a content they're unfamiliar with. For example, a math teacher may not feel they're trained to assess the art portion of an art-based math project. Remember, however, that these assessments are only meant to show an increase in understanding of the topic and not mastery. Finally, creating the actual blended lesson smoothie. This is the fun part. It's like grabbing that fruit tray, dumping it all into the blender, adding that sweet yogurt, and pushing the pulse button, and watching it all swirl together. First, add in some engaging strategies. Notice, think, wonder, think, pair, share, tableau, human flipbook, letter movement. These strategies work to be your hook, but also function as a starting point to gauge student prior knowledge. This section can be finished with a quick diagnostic assessment, such as exit tickets, polling, or an interview. There's many different ways to start. What's your favorite get 'em thinking strategy? Think of yourself as the barista holding that smoothie in front of your class, and they're just reaching out to grab it. It looks so good, they can't wait for a taste to learn more. In this AI lesson using fractions to create barn quilts, we use think, notice, wonder to address color meaning and draw attention to how portions have been added and subtracted to create new shapes. This strategy diagnoses both the chosen art and content standard. Remember, this is the fun, engaging moment when you get to see the connection building in students and also feel their desire to dive deeper. During this specific barn quilt lesson, I had a student say, Miss Cook, I take the garbage out at the bean plant every day. But today I noticed for the first time that there's a huge barn quilt on the side of the elevator. This student had been seeing this thing almost every day and now had an exciting connection to it and really wanted to learn more. In this section, we began to flesh out the actual learning within the lesson. This is my favorite part. Students are busy working with excitement and focus on creating something. Maybe it's a dance representing a chapter book. Perhaps they're using their own painting to draw out higher level vocabulary and creating personal narratives. Or for littles, it might look like creating a story based on beginning, middle, and end created with Lego. This is the part where we're really blending the two standards in the mixer and in the brain of your students. Beth Olshansky of the Center for Advancement of Art-Based Literacy teaches writing and fosters literacy by using simple, captivating art techniques to teach the art of writing through a creative process. Through this process, Beth states, they learn to read like a writer and see like an artist. I love this. Beth's buzzword, transmediation. LiteracyWorldwide.com cites transmediation as the process of translating a work from one medium to another. Students from Menominee Middle School recently used puppets and wrote scripts to create a game show based on Canadian history. It was inventive, fun, and a great way to show comprehension. These types of lessons are impactful, and students often remember the experience years later. Are they connected to standards? Yes. Are they still focused on what teachers need to accomplish through standards? Definitely. While students are working, we can focus on our formative assessment. We might use student rehearsal, discussion, mini conferences, or sticky notes to check for student understanding and progress. Grab your lesson template and give yourself a couple minutes to jot down some short ideas you may have for an integrated lesson. You don't have to write it all out, just think about that idea that's been rolling around in your head. Maybe you've been dreaming of this great idea but didn't really know how to connect it to your standards. As the lesson begins to wrap and our bellies are full of that delicious smoothie, let's utilize that final assessment we talked about earlier, the summative assessment. Because you already planned that at the beginning of the process, it's now in place and makes the final step very simple. Don't forget, these lessons can be made to fit everyone. No worries about food allergies here. No peanut allergies, gluten intolerance, lactose problems. It's for everybody. Differentiation is simple in these integrated lessons. We simplify for some and bump up the learning for others. Beginning lessons can be short and sweet or week-long or semester-long if you want. If you have the option, extensions of these lessons can culminate in school performances, gallery walks, or even a great coffee table book. Remember, it's okay to start simple. Teaching is overwhelming. Arts integration is not a curriculum to follow, but an approach to put in your teaching toolbox. How about one lesson a semester, or a quarter, or perhaps one in each subject for the year? Set a goal. Before we close, let's give this a thought. What are some of your favorite lessons, and why are they your favorites? Is it because you love the material, because your students are engaged, or because the learning is deepened? Now, what's a lesson you despise teaching, and why? Are you bored by the material? Is it something you don't completely understand or your students aren't interested in? Without that feeling of sacrificing time, arts integration is a great way to invigorate your teaching and student learning. All right, today we walked through what it takes to create a truly blended arts integration lesson. We touched on standards, assessment, strategies, lesson development, differentiation, and extension. Are you exhausted or hungry for more? Are you heading to the local smoothie shop? Dumping that fruit tray in the fridge into the blender at home? I hope you feel like you have all the ingredients to make it a great lesson. However, if all of this seems very intriguing but maybe a bit overwhelming, I'd love to help. Thanks so much for joining me today. Contact me at nicoleartsintegration@gmail.com and we can work through it together. Hey, I'll chop the fruit, you can push the button, and we'll all enjoy.